This message is very important for all of my parents of children with special needs. You guys, if anyone ever told you that raising a child with a special need would be easy, that it would be all sunshine and rainbows,
they lied.
Some days are going to be tough. Some days your child will refuse not to eat because you don't have foods in the right shade, color, texture, with the right crunch. Some days your kids aren't going to wear the clothes that you picked out for them. They have sensory issues that cause them not to like the way their clothes feel on their body. You guys, some days meltdowns and tantrums are going to be rough, despite the age of your child. And you know what? Some days you might feel sad, you might feel alone, or you might feel straight up angry. Like, child of mine, what the But hey, I want you to rest assured in knowing you are not on this journey alone. Not even close. I went out and interviewed parents of children with varying special needs, and I wanted to see what advice they had to give. Let's check it out. What advice would you give to a parent or a family member or anyone who just found out their child has a special need?
Just found out.
Well, I would say, initially it's a shock. So you're going to have to accept it at first. And then what I would do is read everything you can about whatever issue they have. For us, No Drama Discipline and Whole Range Child, those books were unbelievable. Every parent, issue or not, you should read those books. But yeah, bury yourself in the knowledge, and that will help.
Learn.
Perfect. What would you say?
I would say learn, like my husband said.
Yeah.
And if your child needs help, you're going to need help guiding you through this, and the child's going to need help guiding them through it. If you're not getting help where you need, go somewhere else. Just keep learning where there's to go, and you're going to find a fit for your child.
What advice would you give to parents in a similar situation, parents who have a child with special needs?
Definitely don't be afraid to advocate for your child. I remember when I had Elijah and we knew that he had some health issues going on. There was a nurse in particular at St. Joe's who I'll never forget, and she said, "Liz, you're going to be your child's biggest advocate." And so as a parent, as somebody who is very shy, I had to learn to advocate, to speak up in any way that I could. I never also realized that there are so many resources for parents with special needs, and don't be afraid to reach out, to see who you can find, to bug people, to be the squeaky wheel, because you're doing it for your child.
Bro, your mom loves you.
I don't know how to drink something.
Okay. What would you tell a parent, a friend, a family member who just found out that their child had a special need?
I would tell them to find all the resources you can find, and any specialists that you can find, and whatever you feel, go with, and don't take no for an answer. And also, when the school or teachers or daycares start telling you how bad they are, change that behavior right away and let them know that your child is not bad. Their behaviors are telling you something, and you have to make sure that you fight for them, because a lot of times it gets disregarded as bad behavior, and it's not. Their behavior's telling you something.
Perfect. Also, look at how beautiful her palm tree is. What advice would you give to a friend or a family member who just found out that their child has a special need?
I would tell them that it's not the end of the world, although it may seem like it, that they are definitely not alone. There is a ton of support and support groups out there, and you just definitely have to do your research. There are parents out there that are going through the exact same thing that you're going through, and are having the same experiences that you're experiencing, and you just need to do your research, document, things that your child does or does not do, so that you have that information when talking with doctors or specialists. And also take time to journal. Journal your feelings. It could help, because sometimes friends and family may not understand, and know that it is okay to take time for yourself. You have to do that in order for you to keep going and to keep taking care of that child. And also, I think I already said it, but do your research. And then once you do and you learn, be sure to educate other people, like friends and family, because I think that's important.
Words of wisdom. Thank you. What advice would you give to a family member or a friend or anyone who just found out their child has a special need?
The first thing I would tell them is a lot of parents get upset and they think like their child's life is going to be, so much worse because of the diagnosis. They've always had that diagnosis. You just now have answers. So it's not a bad thing because now you're going to be able to get help and resources. The other thing I tell parents is you're going to hear a lot from the peanut gallery. As soon as someone hears your child has a special need, you're going to get tons of advice. What I tell people, they're trying to be helpful, but sometimes you get some bad advice. So it's just like a salad bar. Take what sounds good and discard the rest. And also don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. We all need help. It really takes a village to raise any child, but a special needs child even more so. Another thing, I help when I hear people saying they have a new diagnosis, I tell them about different Facebook pages like Color Outside the Lines or other support groups because you can get a lot of help from there. And other places that do activities. So reach out to other moms, even if you know their kid has a special need, reach out to them. Don't necessarily wait for them to reach out for you because they probably have some information and advice that will help. But like I said, it's like a salad bar. Take what you need, discard the rest. The other thing that I always do is sometimes we're out in public and, my son's having a meltdown and I'll say, well, he has autism, just to get those people to get their negative away or their judging looks. And sometimes they'll say really mean, hurtful things before I say he has autism or even after. Stand up for your child in front of your child. Even if they're in meltdown, they're listening. You tell that person, that is not okay. My child is amazing or whatever. Don't be afraid to say something. Don't be afraid to tell them shut the hell up either. Because your child needs to see that you're their advocate and later you'll feel upset you didn't do anything. So don't be afraid to tell someone or correct them. And always be that advocate for your child. Be that mama bear. Special needs kids need a mama bear even more so because a lot of times they need that extra help and they need to know that you support them.
Wow, thank you.
So that's what I would say.
Yeah, that's great.
Mommy!
Oh.
I love you, Mommy.
Don't be afraid of taking them out. Take them to the park. Enjoy them. Enjoy them like you would a neurotypical child because they are capable. Get set, go! Hot for you!
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Malia won!
What is it like being the parent of a child with a special need?
What it's like being a parent with a child with special needs is a journey. It's not a marathon or a sprint, it's a journey. It's a whole lifetime of preparing them for society, and while you're on this journey, also preparing society to be more accepting of those who are different from them.
Perfect. Thank you. That was a good answer. You guys, I'm at this house and I see these people. I'm just gonna go. Let's just go for it.
Nose or color?
Excuse me.
Hi.
Hi. I kind of just saw you guys sitting outside, and I wanted to know if I could ask you a question.
Of course.
What is the best part or your favorite part about being the parent of a child with a special need?
Wow. That's actually a really tough question because when I think of things that are my favorite part of being a special needs mom, I don't really think of something favorite. I don't sit here and sing to the Mary Poppins, song, doctor's appointments and therapies and restless nights not sleeping. But I will say that there are some really amazing things about being a special needs mother. First and foremost, you learn of a strength through your children that you would never know existed. These little kiddos are so resilient and so just amazing with all that they're handed to. They don't, complain. They don't sit there and ask you over and over why. They're just amazing. They really show you that there's so much more to life and how fortunate we are for all that we have. You also learn to celebrate not just the big things in life, but the little things.
Yeah.
You really focus on progress, whether it's one tiny step forward or even two tiny steps backwards, it's still progress. You take everything in and realize just how amazing everything about your kids are, because you just slow down. You really slow down and don't take anything for granted.
Before I went away from your porch, can I ask you one more question?
Of course.
I want to know, what would you tell a family member or a friend or anyone who just found out that their child has a special need? What would you want them to know?
Well, we've been down this journey for a while on this wild road here. First and foremost, take a breath, cry, get those tears out, and then you stand up tall and reach out for help. If you have a support system, reach out to those people. Reach out to friends that you think might understand. If you don't have a support system, because sadly, a lot of people really don't, reach out social media, reach out to your child's doctors, to therapy, to whatever you have at your fingertips. Years ago, when one of my older boys was diagnosed with epilepsy, my husband was deployed. The one person I wanted there by my side to navigate these waters for our child was gone. There wasn't social media, there wasn't, Facebook was just becoming, my doctor, or my son's doctor didn't just hand us a book and say, hey, this is all the resources, this is what you do, this is how things are gonna go. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And the fact that I was without my husband, it was even scarier. And I'm one that doesn't follow my own advice often. I often feel that I should be able to handle everything, that I should be able to do it all, that these are my children, I have to just do it, I don't need the help. But the help is there, and people want to help. You need that support system. And the second thing is there's that famous saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. Mm-hmm. Remember that, because it's true. We get so wrapped up in focusing on doing all that we can, because you are gonna have to be one heck of an advocate for your kiddos. I promise you that. You're gonna learn that really quick, because things sometimes are very difficult to get the care you need, the supplies your child might need, the education your child might need, just anything. But you need to take time for yourself, whether it's saying, hey, I need to rest, I need to take a minute, I need to focus on me for a minute, I need to take a shower, I need to eat a full meal, and that's fine. Don't feel guilty about it. I know it's hard, believe me. And my last big piece of advice as well is, if you're in a relationship, if you have a partner, whether you're married or whatever situation you are as far as your relationship, focus on that. Like, say I've been married to my husband now for 18 years, 5 boys.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's hard. Some people, when they find out their child has some sort of medical condition, special needs diagnosis, they don't know how to handle it and they walk away.
Yeah.
And it's hard to feel what someone else is going to be feeling about everything that's going on with your child, but you need to connect with each other as well. You need to be honest. You need to communicate and say, hey, this is what's going on, or I'm having a hard time with this. Reach out to your partner, talk to them, let them know really what's going on, let them know what you're having a hard time with, let them know the support you might need, let them know if you need a break, and be there for them, be able to have that open line of communication. Because it works out, it really does. It might seem like it's gonna be hard, it might seem like there's a lot of rocky waters, but remember, everything in life comes with seasons. And no matter what you're going through with your child, you guys are a team and you will get through it, and life is just amazing.
Wow, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, my friend, do you have anything? Oh, you're running, you're running, you're running.
Enjoying the day. Luke.
Oh, you guys, they did so good in their interview. Thank you to all the families who decided to get in front of the camera and let me be that lady who captured your story. You guys, you don't realize how many people you're helping. To everyone who watched this video today, I hope it felt like a hug through the screen. Hope it gave you some light, some insight, some reassurance, and I will see all of you beautiful people in the next video. And it won't take a month for me to put the next one up this time. I guarantee it. Love you guys. Bye.